Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
At White Knot Technologies, we specialize in bags, embroidery, branded wear, and screen printing. We provide the finest quality for affordable price and fast turnaround time. We make sure you'll be satisfied with your order. Visit us at 18 Fisher Avenue, Epping.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imale Nengi Nengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I want to I've always wanted to address this thing of Fikile Mbalula versus Julius Malema. It's been ongoing for some weeks now that the two colleagues, the two comrades are on each other's throat. The EFF insulting the ANC insulting the EFF. And I just wanted to give you a broader understanding of what is at play here. I'm going to touch on Pan-Africanism. I'm going to touch on political strategies, and I'm going to touch on the stupidity of both the political parties that is happening. And I will do part 2 where I speak about what the EFF needs to do. But in this part, I want to focus on what actually the ANC and the Secretary General Fikile Mbalula needs to be saying in order to be preparing the bed, so to say, for the 2024 national elections. Let's just quickly listen to what Mr. Mbalula was saying when he was attacking the EFF, in particular Julius Malema.
A person struggling to slaughter a cow there promises people heaven and earth. And people believe these characters, you know. I see this character that is hijacking the revolution in our country. And he says we must accept what he says and it must not be challenged. And if you challenge the distortions he make, including about our revolution, then you are attacking him personally. That's cult. But he's got all the right to attack the ANC, personally and otherwise. But when he's challenged on the distortion of the revolution and the things, he says, no, I'm being attacked by Mbalula. Mbalula is about himself. I mean, how can I be about himself? An example of me being about himself is him. Because I defended him when I was minister, and the president who was in charge, which was Jacob Zuma, didn't want him. I went with a ministerial position to defend him at the DC of the ANC. And then today he says I'm about himself. An example of me being about myself, it's him. Because I stood with him in darkness and in difficult times. And I said to the ANC, don't expel this boy. And then they expelled him. I stood with him. For what they believed in. Now, bendingazuhamba kwa ANC naye ndingaxoshwanga. Bendingazuhamba naye ndingaxoshwanga. I stood here. Wahamba yena, and their comrades who are flirting with him about our organization. That's what makes him think that he can tell us what to do. A 10% political party want to tell us what to do in this country. And then he sees union buildings in his dreams. No, that I want to be in union building. In his dreams, yes. He will be in union building in his dreams. We will work to defend the revolution. We know why this revolution is under attack and assaulted. Malema is the biggest puppet in this country who represent the interest of those who want to deal with what we call ANC majoritarian. We know that the ANC is not liked. The ANC must be wiped out of power. The ANC must be less than 50%. Malema is not working to be in the union building. He's working to decrease the majority of the African National Congress. We know his agenda. That's what he stands for. Because he will never win the majority of these people. He will eat in the same boat where the ANC is. He will eat there. We know that that is the objective. The strategic objective is to eat from the majority of the ANC. That's why in 2016 they gave Tshwane to the DA. They gave Johannesburg to the DA. They gave Port Elizabeth to the DA. We must, as the ANC, review this marriage we have with them here in Johannesburg. We must. We must review that marriage we have here. We can't go with people who want to see us out of power. No, sihambe ne-DA ke. Siyazi ukuthi DA is the enemy. And then when we meet with them after the election, that will be it. We can't be in power and give power. Let's go back to the benches and work, comrades. Siyeke besibhekana no Julius and his political party and cult. We must not. The ANC must review its marriage with the EFF, which is not even clearly defined. Siyankwankwaza, nyeke, nyeke, nyeke. We can't explain this nonsense. We can't explain it on political terms. We only explain it on the basis of our own interest. But on principle, we can't explain it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Listen, I don't understand why these political parties and political leaders are not strategic. They don't have the brain to play around with politics. In politics, what we say, or the big saying is that in politics, there is no permanent enemies. You are enemies today, you might be friends tomorrow. You're friends today, you might be enemies the next day. But what the EFF, what the ANC is doing, and how arrogant Mr. Mbalula is going to damage the ANC. Why am I saying that? Don't forget, there's 7 other parties that are joining together to take the ANC out of power. But the key point that they are saying in that what they call a National Parties Union or whatever they call it is that they want to take the ANC out of power and keep the EFF away from power. That is a good sign for the ANC. If I was in the ANC benches, I would say, listen, let's keep this enemy of ours, the EFF, closer, because in 2024, if we don't get them outright majority, we might need to play with them. It is very important for political parties to use their heads, to use their minds. Don't have pride. You know, I would, if I was in Mbalula, I would praise the EFF for the type of job they have done. Now he is insulting them and say a mere 10% political party wants to tell us what to do. But you are forgetting that 10% political party is what gives Port Elizabeth away to the DA. That 10% political party gave power of Tshwane to the DA. The same 10% political party gave the power of Johannesburg to the DA. So 10% has got a significant influence as to what is happening in how powers swing, so to say. You know, so I don't understand why is it that Fikile Mbalula can keep on insulting this 10% political party while he could be playing smart cards, his chess game, his chess board. He could be moving his horses properly to position himself that when the time comes and they need the EFF, that they are not enemy. How can Mbalula say that the EFF is there to take away to take the majority away from the ANC? Of course, they are on the opposition bench. Every political party wants to make sure that the main party, which is the ANC, does not win the elections. That's how politics works. But think, Mr. Mbalula, think, use your brain, and you see this. These hooligans, these what do I call them? These followers of him clapping their hands every time he says something stupid, showing me that they don't have any brains. Sometimes we listen to our leaders and we are embarrassed as to what they are saying. And you find out, you see that these people, they are just cheering him up, you know, which is wrong. You need people who are going to be there and say, leader, no, let's not say this. Let's strategize. In the boardrooms, we can insult the EFF and say those ones, they think we are stupid. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 to counter them. When they do this, we do this. When they do this, we do in the boardroom. But in public, don't announce who your enemies are in the political party. It is quite clear, ladies and gentlemen, that the ANC is not going to be 50%. Everyone is predicting that, and by the way it has been declining, the only parties that have been going up is the newly formed parties that have been gaining power, which is the Patriotic Alliance, the EFF, ATM. Those are parties that are growing in numbers. The old parties, be it IFP, be it DA, be it the ANC, be it what you call, okay, I think Freedom Front is also growing a little bit, and Good Party, all of them, they are declining in terms of voters. So I would be very, very careful on how I speak about the EFF if I was the ANC. And another thing that you people don't want to hear, and I'm going to tell it straight to you guys, and it's very important that you guys listen to me, guys. This country, it's not gonna be a nice place to live in after the ANC lose power. Gave you a moment to digest it. This country is not going to be a nice place to live in after the ANC lose power, because the ANC has, even if they lose power, they will still have the majority. Not, they will still have the biggest numbers in parliament. They will still have the biggest numbers in council. They will still have the biggest numbers in the field, meaning they will still be the biggest party. The only thing that they will fail with is that they did not reach the 50%. Let's say they do 47%, maybe they do 46%, 42%. They still the biggest party. The second biggest party will be the DA or the EFF, which will be somewhere in the 20s range, early 20s. In fact, I don't see them anywhere close to the mid 20s. Excuse me, to early 20s. That's where the EFF or the DA will be. I said, according to me, my forecast for the EFF is about 17 to 19%, and the DA 19 to 21%. So after the ANC loses power, ladies and gentlemen, people are going to struggle, because almost every day will be putting in a new deputy president, taking him out, putting you a new president, taking him out. The metros will be just chaos. That's where I come in with this black consciousness thing that you guys don't want to hear. Pan-Africanism. What are we doing, black people, fighting each other? What are we doing, Africans, fighting each other? Can we not see the game this politic environment has created? That the illusion of having power but not having control. We don't control the economy. And I'm so disappointed that we are in these political spaces, not to better the lives of our people, but to fight each other. And you're speaking to a public servant. I'm working for government, so I know what I'm talking about. Together, we can do much more. But this thing of division is going to break us. The ANC is going to make sure, if they are not in power, they're going to make sure whoever is in power, they challenge every decision. And we're going to go for another 4 or 5 years of political no state even the English is running away. There won't be any stability for that 5 years. We're probably going to have 2 presidents, if not 3. If not 3, in that 5 years. Wake up and see what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, after the ANC loses power, until we come to such a point where another party can reach 50% in the votes, of which I think is going to take 8 more years from now after these elections, we're not going to have a stable economy politically in South Africa. We are just not going to. That is just my thought. So I didn't want this video to be too long, but I wanted you guys to see this thing, that the ANC needs to be strategic on how they speak to the EFF. The EFF is not the ANC's enemy. The ANC's enemy is white monopoly capitalists and the black sellouts, which is Action SA and all the other nonsense that are teaming up with the DA. I can't believe political parties are teaming up with the DA. black African political parties are teaming up with the DA to take the ANC out. You will regret it. But John Steenhuisen, without post-matric qualifications, he will show you that you are African and he's not. You understand what I'm saying, right? So it's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Emalingning. What a surprise for you guys. I'm having my first guest in my podcast where I'll be interviewing someone, a very popular person, a very well-known, successful businessman here in the Northern Cape, and currently staying in Gauteng. It's going to be a nice interview. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. But until we meet next time, please don't forget to pray and just know that your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Emali Nengi Nengi, salutes you.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, leave your thoughts on the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will meet on the next one.